Hey there. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Hi, my name is Mitchell Coleman, and I am an alcoholic. And I have your daily reflections for today, October 19th, and I also got something again coming from the daily Stoic, which is 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living, which I find I can connect a lot of that in with my recovery with AA. And I'll share that in a second. But today's is October 18th, called An Open Mind. True humility and an open mind can lead us to faith. And I like that a lot. True humility for me is accepting my character defects, which is something very important that we have to do. It's part of the process because for me, there was many things wrong, which led me to abuse substances like alcohol and drugs. And these character defects can be anxiety, depression, lots of things. My anxiety was that feeling of never wanting to fit in, or never fitting in, always wanting to please everyone. And you can't please everyone. So you can't be friends with everyone. We're all too different, but it doesn't mean we can't be accepting of everyone. We just have to pick and choose properly in accordance with the lifestyle we want to live. So I had this feeling of just wanting to fit in with everyone, and that shouldn't be the case. And also, you notice a lot of people can be very negative about other people. So I would also tend to go along with someone talking bad about someone else, and I would also talk bad about that person when I'm going to be hanging out with those people again later, and vice versa. And it's it kind of makes you look very two-faced, and that's one of my things. And I'm not that way, really. I'm a good person. I'm just trying to please everyone, and a lot of people aren't on this path of accepting humility and your character defects, and we don't have a whole lot to say, especially nice things. I noticed like 90% of the things we say are talking about other people, and I can fall into that still sometimes. It's very hard to change that, but like they say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And we shouldn't be talking bad about people behind their backs anyway. But that's a whole nother thing, and that's one of my character defects. And also, it was codependency a lot on other people, and ways of using other people. So to get what I wanted, and that's also what I put for humility. I was using people to get what I wanted, and whether it be places to live or to continue to do what I loved to do, which was drinking. And we're good con people. We could talk people into letting us drink and stuff, and we can easily find the people like us to be able to sit there and drink with, because we all want to fit in. It's kind of like buying people beers at the bar. It's like, cool, you're like me, here you go, be my friend, be my friend. I want everyone to be my friend, so I'm sitting there buying everyone beers and wasting my money on people that now are not my friends at all. I don't even talk to these people. I don't even know their names anymore, but I remember their faces, and I remember being at the bar, always buying them drinks and stuff, going to the bar by myself, not knowing anyone, just wanting to fit in. It really got like that at the end of my drinking, when all of my close friends that knew I was an alcoholic and had drinking problems, I wouldn't even call them to hang out with, because I know they would feel weird. I would feel uncomfortable drinking around them, and I'd already tried to do my excuses of, oh, I can handle it, I can control it. It just isn't the case. But anyway, let me continue with An Open Mind. Continues, my alcoholic thinking led me to believe that I could control my drinking, but I couldn't. When I came to AA, I realized that God was speaking to me through my group. My mind was open just enough to know that I needed his help. A real, honest acceptance of AA took more time, but with it came humility. I know how insane I was, and I'm extremely grateful to have my sanity restored to me and to be a sober alcoholic. The new sober me is a much better person than I could have ever been without AA. And I just love this. Like I was saying, I would try to trick myself and others into how I could drink, and that's the insanity part of it. You could easily trick people into thinking it's okay. I have it under control this time. My DWI situation, I'm different because I wasn't that drunk. And a couple of them I really wasn't that drunk, but you'll find a lot of people say that when they get DWIs, and that is a problem. If you have a DWI, you got a problem. It is what it is. Even if you weren't that drunk, then you should have been so clear in your mind to know I shouldn't be driving right now. If you're driving and if you got pulled over, you wouldn't blow into the police officer's device, even if you're not buzzed, then you shouldn't be driving. What's that important for you to be doing that? There's so many other ways you could be going about avoiding those situations. But I know it's tough, but you'll find people say, I wasn't that drunk. I wasn't that drunk. And then I could use that too, because I would get some and I'd tell people, I'm not really an alcoholic. I'm just on probation right now and can't drink because I messed up and got a DWI. I wasn't even really that drunk. It's not fair. I'm going to hire an attorney and I'm going to do all this. And then you can trick those people into thinking it's okay to drink with them. And most of the time, they don't really care anyway. It's my alcoholic mind thinking I have to convince them that it's okay to drink when I'm a grown man and I can drink whenever I want to drink. It shouldn't matter. But anyway, that's humility right there, accepting that you can't drink. And when people ask you to go have beers after work, I'm just so transparent with it. No, I can't. I can't go drink. And still to this day, people will say, can't you just have a couple beers? Why don't you call an Uber? And, I've tried all that and it didn't turn out good. So I would have to be stupid or insane to think that I can handle it this time at 38 years old, that all of a sudden I figured out how to continue my drinking career when all it's led me is misery, destruction, destroyed relationships, sadness, depression, suicidal thoughts. It's done it all for me. It put me through the ringer. Possibility of facing prison time. It's so not worth it. And also as a father, there's no way I would ever want my kids to see me going through that. And we've all lived through this stuff. Well, not all of us, but I've lived through addiction in my life. I'm a product of addiction. My family, they are addicts. And there's so many different forms of addiction. This is not me talking bad about my family at all. And not all of them are this way, but I have to recognize the fact that I come from alcoholism and I am an alcoholic, and I love my parents, and I love them a lot, but that's just a whole nother thing, and they're proud of me, and I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I'm not going to be trying to trick people into drinking. I'm not going to be trying to trick people into I can handle it this time, because those thoughts will still pop in my mind where, man, I really wish I could drink, and I kind of wish I could because it was fun until it wasn't. And I know myself, and every single time I drank, I would get absolutely wasted. I would never stop with one. I would always want to just get completely drunk. Talking to a guy at work the other day, even when I was so drunk, and drunk enough to know I'm drunk, I'm continuing to drink. Like I could get any drunker. And that's when it's real bad, because you're already at the point of wasted. But my tolerance was so high that I could just keep drinking, and that's when you start blacking out. That's when you totally become a different person. And those, a few of those times, that's when I'm jumping behind the wheel and I'm driving, putting other people's lives at risk like a selfish idiot. And I'm so thankful to not be that way anymore. I was so insane. And another thing, it's like, I lived in California for a majority of my life and partied hard with a bunch of my friends out there. Drinking led me back here to Missouri, where I was born and where I've lived on and off. And I knew I'd burned up my bridges out there in California because I was just not fun to drink with anymore. Of course, you could always find people to still drink with, but in my mind, I knew I needed to get away from that. And I came out here and I became sober, and I got my life together really good. Had my own place. I was driving, had a great job. And that's when my loneliness started kicking in. So I didn't have all of my close friends that I'd built such great relationships with and I was closest with. So I'm almost 30 at this point out here, and then got my life together. But don't know anyone. And that's where my alcoholism kicked in, where I'm like, I've got this under control. I can't drink this time. It started off pretty slow. I'm just going home drinking by myself, working on music, finding little things to do at home. And then, of course, it turned into I'm driving. I'm gonna drive to the bar. I want to meet someone. I want to meet a girl. I need some sort of companionship, and I've always been that way, where I just want to keep moving and travel like a gypsy, And so I start driving around. I get my first DWI. Boom, probation, 2 years. Didn't really quit drinking then. Either way, that's a whole nother thing. But I just continued to snowball into this alcoholic that you see before you, a sober alcoholic, and that's where I'm very grateful. I know how insane I was, but I'm so thankful, so psyched on AA, because that's where it really helped me. Getting in there, connecting with people just like me, hearing the stories just like me, even though we all come from different walks of life. I hear a story from like a 50-year-old construction worker that's just like a story from me, or a 21-year-old woman, or we're all different walks of life. And man, but we all have that one thing in common, and that's where it's so great. And they say that in the big book, where it's like we're all passengers from a shipwreck, and we all have been through something. We're all different people, but we've all went through the same traumatic experience, and that's what unites us, and we can connect with each other and share a bond. And that's where it's very important to help each other, because we all can help each other through all this. And I'm just so grateful for AA. And I found a quote on humility, and it's humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. So I find that way good, because I'm not thinking less of myself by admitting these things. I'm thinking of myself less, and I'm thinking of other people. I got to think of how my actions are going to affect them, and how I can help them, and all that. And that was one of my main character defects, and which also brings me to this daily Stoic that I can connect with this, and it's called frenemies. Back to like me using people, and it reads, this is October 18th, it's pretty obvious that one should keep away from the wicked and two-faced as much as possible. The jealous friend, the narcissistic parent, the untrustworthy partner. At first glance, Marcus Aurelius is reminding us to avoid false friends. And here's what I really like. But what if we turn it around? What if instead we ask about the times that we have been false to our friends? Ultimately, that's what Stoicism is about. Not judging other people's behavior, but judging our own, like admitting our character defects and having humility. We've all been a frenemy at one point or another. We've been nice to their face, usually because there was something in it for us. But later, in different company, we said how we really felt. Or we've strung someone along, cared only when things were going well, or declined to help even though someone really needed us. This behavior is beneath us and worth remembering the next time we accuse someone else of being a bad friend. I love that, because that was me using people, talking about people behind their backs when I didn't mean it, just trying to fit in with other people, not being there for other people that really needed our help. And we have to remember these things next time we're talking bad about someone else, next time we're blaming someone for how we're feeling about how we feel we've been treated, or we're a victim. Have we done this to other people? Yeah, most of the time we've done it to other people. And how do you think that made them feel? That's where I believe in some sort of rule of karma, because things do come back around. But also we have to remember these are the things that help us grow. These are the things that we learn from. They teach us a valuable lesson on growing in this very short, very very short life. It's there's another word I was trying to think of. We're lucky to be alive still to this day. I'm 38 and I'm very thankful I've made it here. But this life is short, and we should continue to try to grow and continue to try to help as many people as we can, because we are all connected. We are all one. Whether we want to be around all these people at the same time or whatever, we are all one, and we could all make this world a better, more beautiful place and help each other when people need that help. And I'm so thankful to learn what I've learned from AA, from my higher power, from my friends, from my friends that are now sober that I used to party with. I learn a lot from them. I'm thankful for all the addicts that I've met. These are the people that have helped me. And I'm very thankful for all the mistakes that I've made, because now I have a chance to completely change the way I was living, which is now a better way of living. And there will be frustrating, hard times, but I no longer have to turn back to alcohol to try to mask those problems or block those problems out, because those problems will still be there unless I take care of them in myself. I have to take care of myself, my character defects, my flaws, and then my life will be a lot easier and better. And I'm still in that process, and I always will be. And I love you all very much, and that's all I got for today. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'm very blessed. I had a great time. I'm very fortunate for all these things that has happened in my life. And you could sometimes look at these bad things that have happened and see where they've actually led you. I Had I not been in my party days, I would have never met my girlfriend, and I'm very thankful for that. I think about my children. They wouldn't be here if I hadn't been partying or moved out here. You know, we could think of all the little steps that led us to this point, and that's what we can be grateful for. I'm grateful for everything, and I'm thankful for being able to share this message with you all. I love you all very much. And again, if you know anyone, let them know about my channel and see if they would subscribe or give me a like, whatever. Just trying to spread the love. I love all you guys. God bless you. Take care. Remember, one day at a time. Peace out.